Yeah, my name is Austin Novosad, quarterback here at Oregon. Currently a redshirt freshman, so year 2 for me.
Nice. And my name is Jason Gerber, owner of Best Roofing and Waterproofing. And so, Austin, enjoy having you here. It's got to know you over the last year or so. We had talked, and you had some interest in real estate, and hopefully in the future, hopefully a long future down the road.
Right.
But so, what about that intrigues you?
Yeah, I mean, real estate's something I've always wanted to get into. Really ranch real estate, so maybe one day moving back to Texas and selling big ranches is a dream of mine. Love the outdoors, and I think that would be that's a passion of mine that I want to look into.
Gotcha. I think that's a great opportunity to do something with and kind of build a future and consistency. So a couple of things in your personal life. So I know, Grant, a lot of you guys, you seem to like doing some golfing.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I mean, it depends day to day, but this summer we definitely took advantage of the nice weather. Getting out to different courses around Oregon, I think, it's some of the best in the country. We went out to Bend and the coast and Eugene, all over Eugene, playing golf with the boys, and it's just great connection time to get closer with the people on the team.
Is everything a competition? Like, you guys get out there and it's go time? Like, that's kind of what I imagined. So fishing too. Probably should have known you're a fisherman, but what kind of fishing did you do down in Texas, and what do you do here?
Yeah, I mean, down in Texas, bass fishing is huge, and up here it's not as big, but I want to get on the river and kind of fly fish up here.
Have you done it yet?
I haven't yet, but definitely want to do that when the weather.
Outside of golfing and fishing, have you found anything that you're passionate, besides football, anything outside of that really just kind of consumes you, or you're...
Actually, in the winter, I guess last winter, maybe summer, me and some buddies on the team, we got into bowling, just getting to Emerald Lanes and having a good time there. So,
yeah, no, that's great. And I witnessed your accuracy in a commercial.
Yes, sir.
And if we might want to pull that highlight up, but Austin threw a ball from the 50-yard line, hit the goal post. And it sounds like quarterbacks can do that in this level, pretty consistency.
Yeah,
is that something you guys go out there and have a competition? And
No, we don't do it too much, but it was fun that day. We were out there on the field and out there with Grant.
And we were just sitting there with Grant, and he just said, "Can you hit the crossbar 50-yard line?" He binks it, and it was pretty spectacular to witness. So, Poncho's obviously just turned it on. He had a good year as a freshman last year. What's it like with somebody like that as a leader out there who's really stepping up and really being that consistent? What does that mean to you or somebody in that position?
Yeah, I mean, Poncho was in my class, and so watching him just kind of grow into the guy he is and the leader he is on the team now, that's been cool. And I sit right next to him in the team meetings. So
how big of a role is that in your position, the center? What is that? How does that play into your decisions?
I mean, we both touch the ball every snap, so our CQ exchange, every play has to be like that.
So he's calling out probably line, making sure they're dialed.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be on the same page when it comes to protections and stuff like that. And he's really grown from his freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah.
Now.
So when you break the huddle, is that something you guys already know? That's where you're walking up, you're looking at the defense, and that's when he's kind of helped calling it out.
Both looking at the defense and making our calls to get protected.
Yeah. We talked again a little bit, about you playing with Bo last year, and I know that you guys had a great relationship. Do you guys still keep in touch? Do you guys still kind of look for those opportunities to help each other out?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're both in the season right now, but definitely in the off season, we're always catching up and just staying connected because our relationship when he was kind of training for the combine and all that when he was back here, we got super close. So it's been good.
And Tez, you guys still roommates, and Tez is a crowd favorite, but how do you guys get along, and what is that like when you guys just hanging out? You guys playing football, PlayStation?
Yeah, Tez is one of one. Like many people know, his personality and just the guy he is, he's just one of one, and living with him every day is awesome. Yeah. Just being around him, I think he just brings positive vibes.
Good. And hopefully stayed that way, going down. I'm sure that's a scare for everybody, but it sounds like a positive bounce back here, and hopefully getting him back. So that's awesome. What I think it's a good one. What role do you see yourself playing in the team's overall success, for this year and then going into the next couple years you have?
For me, like Coach Lanning says, like just every man's got to be ready.
Yeah.
And, we've had some scenarios even this year where people on the team have had to step up. I think Trey's a good example of that. Like, he had something happen earlier in the year, and then, Tez goes down, next man up. So
that's awesome. So, Austin, I know you didn't prepare for any questions, but I'd be willing to answer some if you have any about the, whatever you got.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've kind of talked about it, but how did you get into your company and Best Roofing? How did that come up?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So I had mentioned to you I moved here about 10 years ago to Oregon, and my intention was to build and buy a company I was working with. And at the time of COVID, it kind of changed a lot of stuff. So we'll just say that went a little south, and it really put me in a position, I got to really think about what I'm going to do here. We have a lot of people that we know in the industry. COVID shut a lot of people down. Construction kept going, but it still created some tough scenarios. So it was really, I was almost forced into it. And the roofing especially. So roofing I got into 20 some years ago and kind of got out of it in the last 10 or 15. But what COVID did when I was starting my business, so I was going to go back into the commercial work, the commercial sector, so new commercial apartments, mixed use buildings, and be a part of that. And COVID shut down all the funding. So it created this dynamic of where I had to pivot over to residential roofing because I had all these guys I had to get working. We had to get cash flow, and there was no funding available for that. So that's kind of the short how the business started here.
Gotcha. And then now that you've kind of, gotten into NIL world and Best has been working with players on the team. I know you're big Duck fans now, but have you always been a college football fan, or did the NIL world kind of bring you into?
Great question. Huge college football fan. I think growing up, I grew up Fab Five fan in basketball, and so I grew up in Ohio, close to Columbus. So I was a big Michigan fan, huge family. They're all Ohio State, but I loved football. But what the NIL did was it gave me a chance to know you guys. It changed the trajectory of my business too, in a lot of ways. It made roofing for me fun, waterproofing, construction fun, because we got these other elements to mix in. But just getting to know you guys and seeing how you guys interact, you guys, my first impression, I wasn't sure what it would be like. I wasn't sure how it would be able to interact, are there egos involved, or these concerns, or all these red tapes we had to jump through. But what the NIL did is it made me a diehard Duck fan. So I didn't start NIL till last year in football. I think I mentioned you were one of my first NIL deals. And from then on, it's just I just couldn't imagine not rooting for you guys out there on the field. So it's not only brought back my passion back again to watch college football and try to get my kids in it, but it's just been a blessing.
Yeah, well, I think that like you said, you met me about a year ago, and it started with Grant helping your kid out at the football field, and so I think you've attacked the NIL world great, just connecting with the players in the community, and I think that's something that. That's kind of where it's trending,
Yeah, so I appreciate that.
We really appreciate you working with the athletes on the team.
What is it, I know that so backing up a little bit, Grant, introduced me to you. We started the NIL, and I was really excited about working with you two in particular. You're freshmen coming in, you're true freshmen. You're going to go through the process. It's easy to jump right in with the guys out there doing things already, but I think it's really fun. I watch you go from 173 pounds to 205 over the year. I watch and talk to you about the competition and all that, but, has the NIL been what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I think I was one of the first ones, maybe there was NIL was going on maybe a year before, I got into college football, but I think each year it's kind of changing and adapting just based on kind of the new rules that are put in place. And I think that it's kind of where I thought it was, and I think it's growing to benefit the players and, small companies. in the community that want to connect with the athletes. So.
Yeah, and I talk to other people, small business owners, and people ask all the time, why do you do it? What's it like? And for me, being in Eugene, I couldn't imagine a bigger city what it'd be like, but being here, it's all about that. It's all about the community, and I feel like that's what it was. It's bigger than just football or the basketball or whatever, but it's really about just being a part of the whole, Oregon Ducks, Oregon University, and all that. And I think for a business, from a business standpoint, it's a no-brainer. It really is.
Well, and I think it's big for Best just coming in, kind of being the first one. Like, nobody had really done it the way that you had done it, and you went through the obstacles, like you said, and asked the hard questions to kind of get through the, the problems that may come up.
So, Austin, I appreciate your time. Again, I'm one of your biggest fans, and just really looking forward to seeing how you do, and look forward to seeing where this goes.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.